supercar manufacturers shouldn't make SUV Ferrari like some peasants. Hello and welcome back to Assetto. It has been a very long time and I'm very excited to be back, as we have some really exciting cars coming up. Today I want to start off with something very controversial, as it comes from a company that said they will never produce an SUV. Let's find out. Does this engine sound familiar? Well, we are familiar with this sound, but not with this weirdly big shaped car, which we're not allowed to call an SUV. Well, this is the 2024 Ferrari PuroSangue, literally translates to pure blood. PuroSangue. Ferrari PuroSangue. Yeah, for the sake of this video, let's call it the SUV from Ferrari. So let's start from the beginning. Well, in 2017, Ferrari said officially that they will never make an SUV, as it won't have the handling capabilities or their Ferrari DNA as it is in their, well, regular cars. The closest thing you could get in 2017 was the Ferrari GT4C Lusso, which was a 4-seater as well as this one, and all-wheel drive, but it only had 2 doors, and if you want to put more than 2 people in the car, you had to fold the front seats like some peasant. So now we have this is the Ferrari PuroSangue, which is Ferrari's answer to their SUV. A lot of people do not like the styling of this car. Well, that's definitely something personal, of course. I'm okay with it, to be honest. The styling, I think it looks alright. And, well, we can keep going on and on about supercar manufacturers shouldn't make SUVs like Porsche, Aston Martin, Lamborghini. But, let's be honest, when the Porsche Cayenne came out, well, wasn't the prettiest car, but we got used to it. Let's have a look at the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT, which I reviewed earlier on in last year. And, well, it's an astonishing car. It's really quick and it looks, well, in my opinion, very nice. Then we have the Lamborghini Urus as well and the Aston Martin DBX. That now Ferrari made an SUV, I think that covers the biggest supercar manufacturers. So what is the difference with this SUV? Why am I reviewing this one? Well, just one small detail which the other ones didn't thought of, and that is the big thing up front, the engine. It has a naturally aspirated V12, which sounds absolutely amazing, and it has some amazing specs which I will jump into later on in this video. This V12 is such a smart move by Ferrari, as well. Let's jump a little bit back to the other cars I mentioned before. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT, V8, Lamborghini Urus, V8, Aston Martin DBX, V8. They're twin turbocharged, but still they're V8s. Look at the Lamborghini Urus. The Lamborghini Huracan has a V10. The Aventador has a V12. Where does this V8 even come from? Make an SUV. The biggest car you make. Put the biggest engine you have into this car. But no, they took a smaller engine. Of course, the performance is all great on this car, but come on. A naturally aspirated V12. The same one as in an A12 Superfast. Can't get better. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the specifications of this car. Under the hood, aka the clamshell, we find a naturally aspirated V12 with 725 horsepower and 760 Nm of torque, where 80% of the power is already available at 2500 RPM. The car weighs approximately 2033 kilos, but the best thing about this car is definitely the 0 to 100 kilometers or 0 to 60 miles per hour time. It goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.1 seconds. What? That's amazing. And it goes all the way up to 350 15 kilometers per hour. Not bad in a 4-seater SUV, which we can't call an SUV. If we look at the exterior, we do find a lot of accents from other Ferraris, for example the SF90, especially if we look in the front hood and the lights of course. In the back we do find some accents from a 296 GTB as well, which I do like to see those accents from other Ferraris, that you can see it is a Ferrari obviously. Even in the interior we do find some accents from other cars, for example the gear shifter. Well, I do think that looks quite similar to the Ferrari Roma, which I reviewed earlier as well. The silver chromish gear shifter with the 3 knobs in the middle that you can change drive modes, reverse, drive, neutral, etc. As I said at the start of the video, this is not the first Ferrari, of course, with 4 seats. We had the FF and then the GT4 Lusso came, the shooting brake-ish Ferraris, and this is the real SUV Ferrari with 4 seats and 4 doors. The rear doors are suicide doors, so they are like Rolls-Royce Phantom-like doors, which is I think a really cool feature on this car, as it looks pretty cool and it is pretty luxurious as well. Because if you in real life, if you're in this car and you're in the back, you can press a button inside the car or even outside of the car and the doors open automatically. Rest of the car, well, as I said before, it has 2 seats in the back, so you can only fit 2 people in the back, but that's fine because they're bucket seat-ish, so it's pretty cool and probably pretty comfortable as well. When we move over to the front, we have a passenger screen as well, not just the main screen and main cluster which I have, but a passenger screen. We have a beautiful cluster which is comparable to other Ferraris with the yellow cluster and ref counter itself with the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, whatever you prefer. So let's move over to the mod itself. This mod is made by Seki Performance and this mod comes with 3 different options. I do drive the regular or the normal version now, or the real life version with the exact stats, the horsepower, Newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour as in real life, and no added features or other different things as it is different in real life. Then it comes with a race version as well. The race version is only rear wheel driven, so the all wheel drive system is removed and it only is rear wheel driven, which is, well, pretty fun to drive, as yeah, it is an all wheel drive car. It drives very easy, this one, but an all-wheel drive car is just more fun to throw it around with. The race version has a little bit more horsepower and a little bit more Newton meters of torque, so it is a bit quicker if you want to go quicker with this car. And it comes with a vert version as well, which is basically just for fun. It is a pretty cool mod as well, because it is a Christmas mod. Christmas just passed up, obviously, and well, it has a Christmas tree on top. I will show it now, and some Christmas lights around the car. It is the race version as well, so it is the same as before with only rear wheel drive and more horsepower, and it's slightly faster. Most things on this car work, so as you can see, the cluster in front of me with the Apple CarPlay works in front of me. On the side we have the passenger screen, which is, well, it looks like it's on standby. It's a cool feature that it's actually in the car, but unfortunately it's not working. I do hope in the future that it gets added and that we get a real, well, working screen on the side, as we have in some other Ferraris as well, that you can see the rev counter and the speed, for example, or just Apple CarPlay. Apart from those small things, obviously the lights are working, the light indicators are working, all doors open accordingly as in real life, so the front doors open normal and the back are suicide doors, as I mentioned before. The hood and trunk open, you can see the beautiful engine, the beautiful V12 laying in front of this car if you open the hood. Driving it, I did notice, well, I said before, it's quite easy to drive this pretty quick, well, as it is pretty quick in real life, but the only thing is that it's, well, too much all-wheel drive, or, well, it almost feels like it's front-wheel drive, but in real life it is mainly rear-wheel driven, this car. Only when it loses traction, like in snow or gravel or rain, the front tires start to interact. It's probably really hard to work out in this game. How much would I drive this car? Well, I've driven it quite a bit to make this video, and I think it's a nice car to drive. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT I drove a lot as well, as it was a fun car to drive. and it's something different, and that's the nice thing about this game. It's something different. You can try. You don't need to drive it a lot. Would I drive this more than the 812 GTS, for example? Convertible V12, same engine. It's a bit more fun, to be honest. I don't know, but who cares? You can just try. That's the nice thing about this game. Try it out. Thank you, Jack Performance, for this car. I hope you enjoyed this video. Good to be back. Watch some other ones. If you want, like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.